Hello everyone, and welcome back to the long conversation. The last time we were here, we spoke about identity and self-worth, and we were able to establish the fact that beneath our labels and expectation, who do we think we are? Because we have known who we are, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have arrived in a certain place, because along the way, most of us tend to still choose survival over growth. Today, we're going to be asking a very uncomfortable question, but it's simple. The question is, are you becoming or you're coping? Anyways, sit with us guys as we hit deep into this conversation. My name is Blessing Ikena, and we have Pastor Kingsley Ikena with us.
Okay, thank you for having me once again.
Alright, when we were much younger, we tend to have this vision or dream that, I want to be this, I want to be that. Most people want to be doctor, most people want to be engineer and all that. That 20 years later, 30 years along the line, are we still living that dream we have as a child? For me, no. There are a lot of things I wanted to be, but now I am not doing any of that thing. Will I say I am surviving? Oh yes, I'm surviving because I've not become the ex. I think I saw a meme yesterday. It said the wages of sin is paying bills in adulthood. And that's true, because everybody's trying to survive. You are sleeping, waking up, paying bills, doing one thing and the other. Did we really live the dream we wanted to live? I didn't. I'm not living that dream. Maybe I'm still in a place of still becoming, because every day I tend to have a different vision. I will try the question. Are you becoming or you're coping with the current economic situation?
Okay, I will say I am coping. I'm not sure anybody in our generation, we can say like 85 to 90% of our generation have become. Everybody is trying to cope. Why? Because there are many factors that are affecting them daily. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you have bills to pay, you have things to do. So every day, everybody goes out, in fact, most people are working in industrial world. The work is not even what they love. They are not working in a place they love. They are not working in an organization they like. They are just working there because it will pay their bills. They are not working in an organization that they even like their bosses. They are just there because it will pay the bill. That is it. So in our generation, including myself, I would say I am coping. I am coping, and I had a dream while growing up.
Oh, what's your dream?
I had a dream. While growing up, I wanted to be a soldier. Then I also wanted to be a mathematician. But along the line, I ended up studying accountancy. Why? Because someone convinced me that I will make a lot of money if I study accountancy. So I entered into that discipline because of money.
Wow.
I entered into that discipline because of money.
Okay.
So, you see?
I think this whole thing about becoming and coping, it happens to, like you said 75 to 80% they don't really become what they dream or even what they study in school. But you agree with me that people that tend to study abroad, most of them, they really fulfill the dreams of, I dream of becoming a medical doctor. They pass through Nigerian system. I'm talking about Nigerians flying abroad. They pass through Nigerian system and they somehow got an admission or scholarship and they went abroad. You see, most of them, you see, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I've always wanted to be. But another thing again, people that want to be doctor and lawyers are mostly the ones that tend to even become what they have always achieved. Does it have to be? I think now it boils down to the social effect on doctors, lawyers, because those ones they always push through till the very end. But the rest of us, because when you even get to this thing, there are so many things you need to do, and at some point we lose interest. Personally, me, when I was much younger, I wanted to be a lawyer. Then, after a period of time, I went to a bank a certain time to pay my school fees. When I got there, I loved the way the bankers was dressing. And that changed my vision that, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I want to now become a banker. Then, okay, Got getting into school, I didn't study banking and finance. I actually studied accounting. I'm practicing the accounting today. Oh no, I'm surviving because I have to venture into something else. Because coming out, there are a lot of bills to pay, but the money you're seeing after being a fresh graduate is not even worth it. It's not even worth it. People that have inheritance that will push you because they are getting inheritance money. But you that you don't have inheritance, you need to survive. You have to keep that job one side and do something else.
Okay, you said something. You said that most people that get scholarship and go abroad to study. One thing I want you to understand is that Nigerians are hard workers. Nigerians are hard workers. If you check statistically speaking, most students that leaves Nigeria, maybe the higher institution, they finish with 2-2, 2-1. The moment they go to further abroad, they always come out with first class.
Yeah.
They always, because Nigeria system, sorry to say this, Nigeria system was designed to fail from the beginning. From the beginning of independence, Nigeria system has been designed to fail, and we that we are Nigerians, we have been designed to fail, and it's like a rat race. I'm sorry to say this. I don't know if I'm hurting anybody, but it's the truth. It's like a rat race. What is a rat race? You say you study accounting, so now we have a mindset that when you grow, you go to school, you study your accounting, you come out, any job you see, you just take it like that, just to pay bills. Then next thing, you get married, you give birth, the rates continue and continue. You are not even establishing anything. You are not establishing anything. Yes, few years ago, our fathers had much more opportunity than we. I read something online that the owner of UBA, he said he bought his first bank at 34 years. There are people that at
How much is
34,
it to buy a bank at 34?
you can imagine, people at 34 years.
It wasn't only 2 millions at that time.
It wasn't 2 million. People at 34 years, they can't even. Okay, let's leave buying a bank. There are people that are 35, they have not gotten married. Why? Because they have not yet survived enough as an individual, to now bring someone else into the picture. Most times they will say, why are people cohabiting? The truth is that cohabiting is a sin. I will say this, but I will also still say it. Most times when you look at the outrageous amount in paying house rent, paying bills, paying dowry, the girl dowry, you will find out that I love this lady, but I don't have the resources to even make her my wife. That is the truth. Then secondly, are you becoming? We have a lot of smart individuals. I read something that I read that man had to send someone that created either a portable plane or a portable. He had to send the guy to China. Why? Because we lack the resources to even help genius in our country. Imagine someone that finished with first class with an icon. First class in accountancy with icon. What is he working as?
I know someone.
Marketer.
I know someone that is first class in accountancy. It's not even earning up to 100K.
Guys, you will see someone is a marketer. You will see someone first class in accountancy is working in supermarket as an accountant in supermarket, not earning up to 100K. But the amount he used to even pay school fees for the whole 4 years, then all the whole writing icon exam is enough. That is why you see sometimes people will say, okay, let me be honest, that's why our politician knows that the system is a failure. That is why they send their children abroad.
They're leaving us.
They know the educational system is failing. They know the educational system is failing. That is why they say so from the beginning. Let me be honest with you, it's not just an educational stuff, it is a mindset stuff. Let me show you a scripture.
Mindset.
It is a mindset. Okay. Numbers 11 verse 5. Numbers 11 verse 5. This was the exodus of the Israelites being led by Moses. You know, the Israelites were in captivity for more than 40 years. And they needed a savior. They needed a savior. So Moses arose and he was leading them on a journey to the promised land. So on that journey, Numbers 11 verse 5 was perfect. Look at what the Israelites were saying. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. Remember, Egypt was the land of captivity. The cucumber, the melon, and the onions and the garlic. Is garlic sweet? Is onion sweet? Is cucumber sweet? They add, see, there's a story whereby when you put a horse on a leash for months, for weeks, for years, the moment you take the leash off his neck, the horse will not freely move. Why? Because a mindset has been created. It's already engraved within that zone that I am forever in captivity. The Israelites were going to a land flowing with milk and honey, but they were still remembering onions. That is what is happening to us. Many people, let me be honest with you, many people know the politician is failing us. But every time that this same politician comes with fake fallacy and promises to say, okay, we will better your life, they know it's a lie, but because a leash has been put in their neck, they keep doing it, saying, beside, anyhow, we go survive.
They did election yesterday in Abuja. The result is showing that the president's government is still the most. I think people just tend to, they're okay with this, this 10K they're seeing every now, they just solve their immediate needs and don't forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow you are going to go back to a system that you are still suffering. But I think, when we tend to grow older, our be is like, I want to be tend to change. Like, the more you advance in life, the more titles, like, I want to be this, I want to be that, there are things I want to do now. It's not even about what I wanted when I was in secondary school anymore, what I wanted when I was in primary school, or even what I wanted when I was in the university. Now, I have a whole different vision of being. Like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be able to create this, I want to be able to create that, because of, the environment we are. We tend to want to build a system that helps people in the environment. So now, this being that is changing, does this still mean that we are growing? Because personally, when I say I want to be this, I feel like I have envisioned something else that is going to help myself and people around me to grow.
Okay, the truth is that you will not say that is a truth. Why? Because you wanting to be this and wanting to be that is that you are not relying on your own capacity. Because when you were much younger, I love hanging around children. Why? Because when you hear them speak, they speak with so much expectation and so much honesty and so much faith. Although, why? Because they don't know their capacity. You hear a little boy say, I want to be a pilot. He does not know his capacity. He just wants to be a pilot. But now you are speaking based on your capacity. That is why our expectation, yes, you said something, you want to help. It's good to help, but you are speaking based on your capacity. You will see that what you are saying now that you are much older it has dropped in standard compared to what you said when you were much younger. Now you are looking at okay, I want to build an orphanage. Why? Because you know that I can do it. I can contribute to the society in this level. But you are not saying I want to own a foundation that will be taking care of multiple orphanages. It is very hard to see someone that will tell you, I want to have a private jet. In our generation, it's very, very difficult. In fact, when you hear someone say it, they will tell you that person has pride. You will see someone, it is very difficult to hear someone say, I want to have houses, I want to be dashing widows and widowers houses. They will tell you that person has pride. And if the person is doing it, they will tell you that person, EFCC, need to investigate the source of that person's wealth. Why? Because a mindset has been created in our generation. Do you know, let me share this story with you. When I wanted to go and marry my wife, I went to meet my in-laws, and the first thing they told me, they said, he's a ritualist. He's too young to get married. Like, he's a ritual. He's too young to get married. That's what they said. Why? Because a mindset has been created. Our fathers, like I said, they had a lot of opportunities. They got married 25, 24, 20. In our generation now, Someone was telling me and my wife, they said that when I told the lady, meet my wife, she said, how old are you? When I told her, he said, no. Like, it is impossible to see someone young, that you have to get to 40 in this generation before you'll be thinking marriage. Do you know that you getting to 40, it is 50% chance that you see your great-grandchildren?
That's true.
If you can, I study.
Because, like people tell, but it's not going to most of the situation, but imagine there's conceiving delay. Imagine you get married at the age of 40 and you're not able to conceive on time, maybe 5
Even
years.
if you conceive on time, how old will your children be before they get married? How old will your grandchildren be?
And the average lifespan in Nigeria is between 60 to 75 life expectancy. If you live beyond that, glory to God.
So you see it, and that is why you see a lot of let me use a lot of old people still taking care and paying school fees when they are meant to be resting, and that is what also affects this whole coping. You see that when you are meant to retire, you are still struggling in order to pay school fees. So most decisions, like I said, it has to do with a mental your mentality. It has to do with your mindset, because some decisions you take will also affect your future, if you will be able to survive or you will be able to cope. Why? Because if you there's a saying that the bed you lay is how you will lie on it.
Yeah.
So if you start on time, and yes, I know the educational system, like I said, it has failed us, but that the educational system has failed us does not mean that you should fail yourself. The educational system has failed us. It's not a yardstick that you should fail yourself, you should fail your children. Why am I saying this? Most times you study, yes, I know you study accountancy, you study this, you study banking and finance, then you are now waiting, you are applying for a job, Learn a skill. I have a relative. He knows how to do furniture, he knows how to make paint, and he knows how to paint. In fact, he was the one that was doing this thing while he was in school. He was learning this skill, and before he was able to set up a business, he studied, he did economics. When he was done with school, he was applying for a job, he was still going to go and paint. When he saw the job was not forthcoming, he opened a business. Now he's building his house.
Wow.
So you waiting, you are applying, and let me be honest with you, most of the jobs that are available now, I came to understand that it's based on who you know. Except the mercy of God speaks for you. But most jobs, even though there is an open interview or an open notice for a job vacancy, they already know who they will give it to. They are just doing those things in order to fulfill all righteousness.
Okay. So personally, if you're given an opportunity to maybe like money, or someone just handpicks you and said, I want to sponsor the vision that you once left behind, the dream you once left behind, will you go for it?
Okay, if I'm given an opportunity, I have a lot of visions. I told you I wanted to be a soldier, then I wanted to be a mathematician. Why I wanted to be a soldier was actually to protect, not the nation, the people.
The people are not part of the nation.
And the nation itself, sorry
broad.
to say, the people matters more. Why? Because we are in a nation that is failing the people. So that is why I wanted to be a soldier. And the truth is that I did not just want to be a soldier that will go to war. I wanted to be a soldier that will reach the apex of all ranking. Why? Because I wanted to not just protect the soldiers beneath me. I wanted to find a way to protect the country from corrupt politicians, one. Then now, if you ask me, I'm not a soldier. If I have some, the vision I have is to create a way that the people are still protected. Why? Maybe creating jobs, creating housing system. Let's go down to the housing system. If I can achieve that, I'll be so happy. The rate at which increment is taking place in paying of house rent is appalling. They are not. They are not. In fact, they are not more doing 20%. Sometimes you will see 100% increment.
And funny enough, like your salary of 3 months, 4 months cannot even cover your salary, your house rent for a year. If you said, okay, fine, I'm going to settle these bills this month, then maybe towards the ending of the year, I'm going to gather my house rent within 3 months. Most people's salary can't do that too, because you hear people like they're paying for millions, 2 million, 3 million. Like, what's going on? And this is like this is where it's closer to their office and they can't afford it. That's crazy.
The thing, while we were growing up, you see our fathers in four bed apartment, 3-bed apartment. Now it's hard to even see someone in 3-bed. In fact, 2-bed is luxury.
3-bed is no longer in vogue anymore.
2-bed is luxury. So if someone is to ask me my vision, let me be honest with you. I'm not to make money or to make profit. It's to slash that. Yes, I know in every state there's a low-cost estate, or a low-cost housing estate. But let me be honest, even at the low-cost housing estate, the people in charge are still increasing the rent. So if it's to achieve that, I can't go and be a soldier anymore. The corruption and other things there is bad. Then I can't go and study mathematics. I'm not sure I'm good at maths anymore. But one of the things I will achieve is that housing or welfare of the people.
Personally, for me, if someone gives an opportunity or money to do, I don't think I'll go back to the old vision. Like I said, I have a new be that I want to be. There are things I want to be. There are things I want to attach to my name and title. So I venture into that. So we're running up here. Do you have any final thing you want to say concerning coping and becoming?
Let me just say this. Because of a lot of construction and a lot of system in our nation has failed us or is failing us on a daily basis. Education, our health center, even our government is failing us. Because of this failure, I will encourage everybody listening to us that as much as you are pressing to enter into the higher institution, that period of you finishing secondary school down to the next year that you will have to write JAMB, try to put your children or try to put yourself in a system whereby you will learn a skill, maybe online or physical skill. Let me be honest with you, people that are doing handiwork are even earning more than people that are doing this white collar job. I'm telling you the truth. Have you gone to want to buy share? Oh God. Well, you will pay 600,000. What they will use to buy the whole thing is like maybe 250. The remaining is for their own. The same thing with electrician. Don't say when we were growing up, we said, no, I can't, I don't want to be this. It's
for low class people.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Learn a skill. If you have a laptop, learn Python, learn AI design, learn different things, learn a skill. Don't depend on your certificate. Don't depend when you are going to school or when you enter the higher institution. Make sure that you already have this skill. That skill will even be able to give you daily bread in school. And when you are done from school, as you are waiting for a job, I'm not saying you will not get a job. I'm not saying you will not get your dream job. But I am saying that at least you will not be a pest to the society. You will be able to feed on a daily basis. So thank you. That's all I have to say.
So, like you mentioned, let's not limit our skills acquisitions to just tech, because a lot of us now are venturing into tech because of the testimonies we hear. But then venture into a skill that you have passion for. Yes, because there are some days you hear most people say that I don't like my job anymore, but the passion I have for my job keeps me going. So now it's not just about the money anymore. It's what they really like to do. It's good to make money for something you really like and something you enjoy. Let's not just limit ourselves to technical skills like, VA, Python, coding, web design. There are other things that are paying. Yes, there are other things, like you said, handcrafts. Handcraft stuff are really paying if you really know what you are doing. Also try to display yourself. When we create stuff, let's try to put it out there. I know what it has done for me. Like when I said venturing into business and I tried to put myself out there, I know the sales I've gotten from online. Don't post and feel like nobody's seeing you. People are seeing you. People are seeing you. They're bookmarking what you're doing, and one day they'll get back to you. Thank you guys for sitting with us today in this conversation. I want to encourage us, in as much as we tend to survive, let us create a room for growth within ourselves. Let us not just live within the cycle of sleeping, waking up, paying bills, and doing all that. And in 5 years' time, you're still doing the same thing. What will be the difference between you now and you in 5 years or you in 10 years? Will you still just be sleeping, paying bills, and doing all that? Anyways, guys, until we see you next time, bye. Thank you for watching the long conversation.